from Ghana. Not quite a man, but ready to move, to show that he can. Go somewhere, be someone, make some money, make the family proud. Get out into the world, into the future, into a dream come true. He had heard about Europe, all the wealthy countries there. If he could make it to Germany, he'd have so much to share. He'd be rich, he'd be famous, he'd have stories to tell. He just knew in his heart all would be well once he got there. But getting there, that was the difficult part. Everyone in his family worked harder than hard to save up money to pay for his trip into the unknown, the mythical haven of hope. And they tried not to think about how they would cope without him, without his songs and his cheeky smile and his two strong arms and his weakness for polo. But they made it happen. He left with their blessing and with hardly a clue where to go or what to do. A strange man had told him there would be money for free once he paid him a fortune for the trip across the sea. Now, if something sounds too good to be true, then trust me, it is. And the joke is on you. Except it wasn't a joke. I mean, it was the most serious danger he had ever seen. Stuck with hundreds of others on a rubber boat, abandoned on the ocean, hardly able to float. No food, no water, no land in sight, only weeping children and a desperate fight for space, for hope, and the chance to survive in the heat and the cold and the howling gale and the salty waves and the piercing hail. Then, slowly, the boat went down. And the boy from Ghana knew he would drown. It was over. Surrounded by dying and death, he looked up to the stars and he took his last breath. And there it was, a big ship of steel. They pulled him on board, yet all he could feel was sadness for so many souls that were lost. Nobody had warned him of such terrible cost. He made it to Europe, but he was never the same. His heart full of sorrow, homesickness, and shame. His future uncertain, his pockets empty, and certainly this was no promised land. A world full of things he could not understand. The language, the food, the freezing rain, the image of wealth, and the feeling of pain. When he realized he was no longer seen as a person. They called him a migrant, a refugee, and worse, much worse. But that's not me, he cried, yet nobody cared. He was one among a million, voiceless and scared of the unsmiling faces of immigration police, because he worked without permits, and they gave him no peace. They gave him a bed in a room with 10 others, where all they could do was dream of their mothers and fathers and sisters and friends and brothers, all the loved ones they had left far behind for a better life that was so hard to find. And to make matters worse, now listen to this. All the people back home thought he was living in bliss, couldn't understand why he would not send money when they knew he had found a land of milk and honey. They imagined he wallowed in luxury, so they cursed and wished him much misery. And that is what he got a lot of. A lot. He was poor and foreign and lonely and black in a white man's world. And he couldn't stay and he couldn't go back.